Hey everybody, it's Ken here, and I'm doing a midweek video, as promised, like I told you I was going to do, if we got the mill lantern all done. And I think we got it all done. Although I haven't actually tried it out yet. We're going to try it out as we film, and hopefully everything goes good. But I just wanted to show it off real quick. Paint job came out real good, I gotta say, but the only thing is, I don't know if the color's quite right. It turned out a little more orange than I thought it was gonna turn out. Probably because this is the only can of matte red that they had at the hardware store when I went, and I thought, well, you know how these caps are, sometimes they're darker or whatnot, and in this case it turned out pretty close to the cap. It's sort of like an orangey kind of red. So I gotta say I'm happy with the paint job that I did on it, but it might be a future repaint. I don't know, because I'm thinking that they were a little more traditionally on the deeper red color scale. But anyway, I did manage to get it painted Sunday. I was out there in between the showers. It would cloud and rain and then clear up a little, and cloud and rain and clear up a little. I was able to actually sneak out there and get the thing done. And yeah, I'm filming this on a Tuesday night, so it's got 2 days of drying time behind it, and it's good. It's all good and dry now. And I got the bottom repaired up the best I could. I'll show that off. It's still a little lumpy and bumpy over here, but like I said, I had to really build that up with a lot of solder because it was quite roached out. So yeah, beans is what it is. I don't think it's horrible. You know, it's on the bottom. It does hold. I did a water test. I put water in there, let it sit for an hour, and not a drop, you know, came out. Nothing leaked. And so yeah, I mean, everything is gonna be good to go. And I'm gonna reassemble this here, and then we'll fuel it up. We'll let it soak a little bit off camera, and we'll come back and we'll light it up. We'll do it as it's happening for real, and hopefully this thing is going to be fine. So yeah, now this I was wondering about this wick. I don't know, because of that baffle in there. It's got an awful lot of wick. Normally the wick would curl out into the fount, and I'm wondering if I ought to trim that off a little bit. I probably should. It's going to be a lot of wick jammed up in there. I'm thinking to just trim that up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to need all that wick. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of wick, but all right. Well, we'll give it a try. I mean, could always come back and trim it later. And yeah, I mean, that sits in there just fine. Crank it down a little bit. I'm gonna have to trim it anyway. And yeah, let's get the cone on there. And oh yeah, one thing I do like to do is, before I put the cone on, is I just have these older style that don't have the wing lock. I actually like to take a little bit of 3-in-1 oil and just put a light coat of 3-in-1 oil around there, because yeah, they eventually get kind of hard to remove, and I think that just adds a little bit of lubrication to be able to pop that off easily in the future, and it also helps slide it on easily, you know, providing that you can line it up right in the first place here. Yeah, actually I think let's see, it's kind of, yeah, you know what, I may have to just pry that back a little bit. That's okay. I think we got it, as long as that works there. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so why don't we give it a fill up here, and then we'll let it soak for 10 or 15 minutes off camera, and we'll come back, put the globe in there, and hopefully everything is going to burn just real nice for us. Alright. we'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, and we had this thing soaking for about 10 minutes now. I actually went in and removed the cone again because I wanted to make sure that the baffle was filling and everything was proper. So, and it is, and now the wick is saturated. And not only that, I like to actually trim it straight across. I actually use the tube for a guide. So yeah, why don't we? And you got to make sure when you trim it, make sure your wick is riding straight too. Sometimes it goes off just a little bit like that. Okay, now it looks like it's straight, and I'm going to chop it off nice and straight. Right across like that. Okay, that is a perfect cut. Alright. Throw the scrap away. And now we'll put the cone back on here. Plus I did have it a little crooked before. I wasn't too happy with the way it went on before. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so we got that on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our globe here in, and I actually didn't clean the globe, but I don't think it's too bad, I guess, for a first test. Alright, so what I'm going to do is be very careful, because I actually did have an accident earlier with this thing too, and the globe fell out, right? Tumbled onto the floor, but I have a carpet on the floor right here. Luckily, nothing happened to it, but I'm going to be very careful not to make that mistake again. So yeah, okay, the globe is in. Let's make sure. Whoa, okay, that was just the paint probably releasing. Okay, that scared me. That was just probably some paint up in here. Why is it cooking like that? Oh, I see what's going on here. Probably going to need a little bit of adjustment here. I think it's actually scraping along the cone. Here's what's going on. Okay, well, stop it here. We'll do a little adjustment and come back. Okay, so we got that taken care of now. I don't know what that was. I think it was just, well, that was me dropping. I think it was just a little bit of paint up in here that had gotten up under the chimney there that was scared me. I thought I was breaking the globe. I was just talking about how I dropped it and didn't break it, and I thought I just broke it in there, but no, it turns out I think it was just sticking from the paint or something. I don't know. I actually applied a little more 3-in-1 on all the pivot points into everything to make it work nice and smooth, and sprayed a little WD-40 up in here, and just a little lubrication. That's all it was, I think. Okay, now we got everything working. The one thing I did notice about this is I guess you have to leave the cage open to light it, because if you close the cage, well, I guess that's the purpose of the cage, the mill lantern, right? So nobody fools around with these things. They're kind of locked up, which kind of makes sense, because you can't really it goes a little bit, but not all the way up. It won't open all the way up. So got to leave the cage open for now. Actually, probably should put some oil on that too. That's a little stiff, but we'll get back to that. No big deal. And yeah, well, here's the moment of truth. Why don't we raise it up, raise the wick up a little bit, and let's see what this thing does. Too much, that's for sure. And I think the wick is crooked, but alright. Let's let the condensation burn away. I guess I can close the cage up now. Lock the door. And in a minute, we will be able to see the flame. But it looks like it's drafting real nice. I was a little concerned with that, since I had done the repair. Here's where the hole was up here, by the way. You can't tell where the hole was anymore. And not the best flame, but I think the wick was a little crooked. I think I got a little bit of, but it's really not too bad. Look at that. back into service from being electrified. After how many years, I have no idea. And like I said, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of the color. Why don't you leave that in the comments? Do you think that's good, or do you think I should go for a deeper red? I mean, I actually did look online and I saw some that were kind of, a couple of them were kind of orangey like this. Maybe because people can't find the that's, you know, it's supposed to be a matte paint and that's what they're selling these days. But I don't know. Maybe we could do a shot in the dark. Let me see if we can do our clap trick here. Okay. Wow. You know, these Blizzard lanterns, I'll tell you, I don't think you can beat them. They don't call them the king of the cold blast for nothing. This is lighting up my whole garage. Probably even more than what it looks like on camera. Although, I don't know, you do, sometimes it freaks you out on camera. You actually get more filming than it actually is. But you know, it'll be interesting. I'll have to watch this video now and see how bright this thing actually is. But it's throwing out some really nice light. Feels like it's warming up real good. Flame is straightening out. It's drafting really, really well, and I'm real happy with it. I'm real happy with it. So yeah, so I think I'll leave you guys for now with that. Like I said, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Tell me in the comments what you think about the color, if I should change the color, or think the color's okay. Yeah, let me know. I'm just curious to see, you know, it's not a big deal to repaint it. But anyway, I'll see you real soon with another lantern video. Bye bye for now.